Hi everyone, this is Teacher Marsha. Welcome back again to my channel. Last week, we have studied about improper fraction. And we're going to relate that to our lesson today, which is about mixed numbers. So what do we mean by mixed number? A mixed number is a combination of a whole number and a fraction. Let's take a look on the following example. So you will see that I have 2 pieces of pizza on the left side and 1/2 pizza on the right side. So 2 pieces means 2 whole, and on the other side, I have 1/2, which is a fraction. So if I'm going to add this together, it will give me 2 and 1/2. This 2 and 1/2 is what we call mixed number. Again, if we're going to go back to the meaning of mixed number, it is a combination of a whole number and a fraction. So this is the whole number and this is the fraction. Let's have another example. Let's write the mixed numbers that show the colored parts of the circle. How many holes are there? We have 1, 2. And what does this fraction show? It is 1 part of a quarter. 1 part of a quarter. So this mixed number is 2 and 1/4. Now let's relate this mixed number to improper fraction. In order for us to change the mixed number into an improper fraction, we need to change the whole number parts into fraction parts. Let's start with this whole fraction. So this also represents 4/4. There are 4 colored parts out of 4 parts. The same with this one. It's 4/4. And this fraction is 1/4 or 1/4. Now let's add all the colored parts. 4 plus 4 plus 1. So 4 plus 4 plus 1 is equal to 9. And for your denominator, just copy the common denominator, which is 4. So that is the value of 2 and 1/4 to improper fraction. Again, we call that improper because the numerator is greater than the denominator. Let's have again another example. So look at the colored parts of the shape and let's write the mixed number. So how many whole are there? So there is one whole, and the fraction is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of how many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 5/8. Now let's relate this mixed number to improper fraction. So in order for us to do that, we have to change the whole number parts into fraction parts. So this 1 whole is also the same as 8/8. Okay? Now this fraction is equal to 5/8. Now let's add all the colored parts. 8 plus 5 is equal to 13. And then just copy the denominator. So 1 and 5/8 is equivalent to 13/8. Okay? Now the question is, how do we change mixed numbers to improper fractions without having those visual representations or pictures? Let's have an example. 3 and 1/2. So the easiest way to change this to improper fraction is first, you multiply the whole number to the denominator. So our whole number is 3. Our denominator is 2. So you're just going to multiply them. 3 times 2. 3 times 2. And then once you get the answer, you're going to add it to the numerator, which is 1. So 3 times 2 is equal to 6 plus 1 is equal to 7. And then just copy the denominator. So 7 over 2. 3 and a half is equal to 7 over 2 or 7 halves. Let's have another example. 4 and 3/5. So how are we going to change this to improper fraction? Again, number 1, you have to multiply the whole number to the denominator. So that will be 4 and 5. So multiply 4 and 5. 4 times 5, that is 20. 4 times 5 is equal to 20. And then once you get the answer, you have to add it to 3. So 4 times 5 plus 3. So 4 times 5 is 20 plus 3. So we have 23 over 5 or 23/5. Okay? Again, you only need to remember 2 things in changing the mixed number to improper fraction. Number 1, you have to multiply the whole number to the denominator. And once you get the answer, number 2, you have to add it to the numerator. Okay? So that is how we change mixed number into improper fraction. Now, let's try to answer the practice exercises in your workbook. Practice 3, page 144 to 146. Let's start with number 1. Write the improper fractions as mixed number. So, in order for us to convert improper to mixed number, we have to divide the numerator by the denominator. So, let's start with letter A, 3 over 2. 3 over 2, it means 3 divided by 2. So, you can solve this mentally or you can use the column method. I'm just using the column method to show you how to do it. Okay? 3 divided by 2 is equal to 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. Now, the quotient will be your whole number. Your remainder, this is the remainder. Your remainder will be your numerator. And your denominator here, which is 2, you just have to copy it. Okay? Let's have again one more example. Letter B, 7 over 4. 7 over 4, it means 7 divided by 4. 7 divided by 4. How many 4 is there in 7? We have 1. 1 times 4 is equal to 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. Okay? So our quotient is 1. That will be our whole number. Our remainder is 3. That will be our numerator. And our denominator here will also be our denominator here. Just continue answering letter C to letter F. Now let's go to number 2. Write the mixed numbers as improper fractions. So let's change 1 and 1/2 to improper fraction. Again, in changing mixed number to improper, you have to multiply first the whole number to the denominator. So 1 times 2 for letter A, 1 times 2 is equal to 2. And then you're going to add the numerator. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. So you have 3 here. And then just copy the denominator here. So the answer is 3/2. So let's go to letter B. So again, you have to multiply whole number 3 and 3. Okay, so 3 times 3 equals 9. And then once you got the answer, you have to add 2, the numerator, this 2. So 9 plus 2 is equal to 11. Okay, so your numerator will be 11. And then just copy the denominator here. That is 3. So the answer will be 11/3 or 11 over 3. So continue answering from letter C to letter F. Now let's go to number 3. Write the improper fractions as mixed numbers and cancel them down to their simplest terms. So first we will get the mixed number and we will reduce the fraction to its lowest term. Now how do we get the lowest term? We have already studied that with our previous lesson. So let's start with letter A. 6 over 4, it means 6 divided by 4. So let's make first a draft here. 6 over 4, 6 divided by 4, that is 1. 1 times 4 is 4. 6 minus 4 is equal to 2. Okay? So our whole number is our quotient, 1. Then our remainder, which is 2, is our numerator. And just copy the denominator here. So we have 1 and 2 quarter. Okay? So that is our initial answer, 1 and 2 quarter. Now, 2 quarter can still be changed into lowest term. So let's write it here. Wait a minute. So let's write it here. Our answer is 1 and 2 quarter. So let's change 2 quarter to its lowest term. So first, in getting the lowest term, we have to get the factors of both numerators and denominators. So what are the factors of 2? The factors of 2 is 1 and 2, or 1 times 2. Now, what are the factors of 4? The factors of 4 is 1 times 4 and 2 times 2. Okay? So, what is the common factor here? We have 2 and 2. Okay? So, our common factor, or GCF, greatest common factor, is 2. Now that we have our HCF or GCF, which is 2, we're going to divide both numerators and denominators by it. Okay, so 2 divided by 2 and 4 divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1 and 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. So 2 quarter is equivalent to 1/2, or the lowest term of 2 quarter is 1/2. Then let's just write the whole number. So our answer here is 1 and 1/2. Now let's go to letter B. 8 over 6. Again, let's make a draft first before writing your final answer here. So let's make a draft. 8 over 6, it means 8 divided by 6. Okay, so how many groups of 6 is there in 8? We have 1. 1 times 6, that is 6. 8 minus 6 is equal to 2. Okay, so our numerator, our whole number is 1. Our whole number is 1. Our remainder is our numerator. And our denominator here, which is 6, will also be our denominator here. So we have 1 and 2 6. Now let's get the lowest term of 2 6. Okay, let me write it here again. So 1, 1, now let's find the factors of 2 and 6. What are the factors of 2? So the factors of 2 is 1 and 2. Now what are the factors of 6? We have 1 and 6. And we also have 2 times 3. So what is the common factor here? Our common factor here is 2. So we're going to divide 2 and 6 by 2. Let's do that. So let's divide 2 and 6 by 2. 2 divided by 2 and 6 divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. And then just copy the whole number. So our answer here is 1 and 1/3. Now let's go to number 4. Change the improper fraction into mixed number by division with remainder. Let's start with letter A. 9 halves. 9 halves, it means 9 divided by 2 is equal to, you can solve it mentally or you can use the column method. Now let's try the column method. 9 divided by 2. How many groups of 2 is there in 9? So we have 4. 4 times 2 is equal to 8. 9 minus 8 is equal to 1. So 9 divided by 2 is equal to 4, remainder 1. Okay? Now how do we change this into mixed number? So our quotient will be our whole number. The remainder will be, this remainder will be our numerator, and our divisor, which is 2, or our denominator here, will be our denominator here as well. Just copy it. Okay? Let's go to letter B. 21 over 5, it means 21 divided by 5. So let's divide 21 by 5. How many groups of 5 is there in 21? So we have 4. 5 times 4 is equal to 20. 21 minus 20 is equal to 1. So our answer is 4, remainder 1. Okay? Again, our quotient is our whole number. Our remainder is our numerator. And our denominator here will be our denominator here as well. Just have to copy the denominator. So kindly answer letter C to letter F. Number 5. What mixed number does this diagram show? So write the mixed number shown in the diagram and write also the equivalent improper fraction. So no need for you to answer number 6, only from 1 to 5. So that ends my session for today. Thank you all for watching and I wish you all a safe and nice day. Bye-bye.